All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? We're going to be playing some Boros tokens, mostly because we had some fun with Belladona Took in a different deck, and this is a deck we played a couple of months ago, I think, but we got to take advantage of Song of Totentans, and that's a card that works really well with Belladona Took. All right, so starting at the top, we have some Political Triumph because it helps us scry and eventually gets us a card and pumps our team. Couple of Burst Lightning just for some removals kind of squeezed in there. We have some Stadium Headliners for making tokens and being some removal of its own. Of course, the aforementioned Belladona Took. For those who don't know what this is, when a token enters, you gain a life. When the second enters, you get to draw a card. And if the third one enters on the turn, they all get a +1/+1. So we have a lot of things that make tokens. So hopefully we can make that happen. Voice of Victory is one of those ways we could make some extra tokens with this Mobilize. Dealing some damage with Shocking Sharpshooter. If we're going to have all those tokens entered, we might as well take advantage of it. We do also have some Lightning Helix to deal damage, gain some life. Anima Call, because we like to make a lot of tokens. Ward Leader's Call, also making those tokens larger while dealing some damage. And then we have some repetitive token making here with Alien Invasion, as well as Elspeth the Stormslayer, giving us tokens of our own, but also doubling all the tokens that we're making. And then if all of that doesn't work, then maybe we just fireball our opponent and run them over with a bunch of rats. But yeah, as a reminder, I want to say thank you to all of you that have gone over and checked out our new sponsor, ManaPool.com. Great site, thousands, literally millions of cards over on their website you should go check out. And on top of all that, you can get a free $5 to go shopping over there if you just use the code that's down in the description or in the pinned comment. Great site, good service, and they're supporting the channel, so go pay them some love. All right, I guess we keep it. Oh boy, we're gonna need to remove some green things. Nope, they didn't play anything. I think I'm just gonna pass here. I mean, I kind of wanted to play a creature so we could set up Anima Call, but like, I also kind of want to get rid of a Hydra or something if they play one. But they might also know that, so it's like, this is a weird... Oh, it's a Mole Man. Fair. That means there's probably a Hydra. Mole Man's good bait, though. Can't blame them. Let's just be as efficient as we can from here. I mean, playing Sharpshooter might have still been the right answer last turn. I don't know. Yep, because there's Hydra. And a land to go with. Alright, well, if they have the cards, I guess we just lose, right? Not much else to be done there. Alright, well, this is it. If they have it, we lose. If not, we possibly win next turn. Alright, Hydra goes to 4. Hydra goes to 8. No, it goes to 16. Alright, well, we were not dead. Yeah, good move to leave at least the Llanowar Elf back opponent. Alright, so we're at 7. What sequence of outs do we have? We play Song of Totentans. We make 3 bodies. They deal 3 damage. Opponent goes to 17. We get to attack with them instantly. And then the opponent blocks Anima Call. We make 2 tokens. So we would deal 4, 5. They're at 9. And they would be taking 1, 2, 3. Ugh, that feels like barely enough. We'll see, though. This is the math is for blockers part of the evening. Not often you're even in a spot where you have a chance to win a game against a 16-16 Hydra. All right. 2 more duders incoming. There's no instant speed removal or anything. All right. So they're going to go to 9. Now I'm feeling like we're in pretty good shape. I don't think there's anything they can do from here. Crazy way to come back, though. I thought there was a chance we were just going to lose to the Hydra. So now even if they block and kill a token, they're still taking 10. Oh, that was much closer than I would have liked for it to be. Okay, this looks like normal Boros aggro-y pile of tokens. See how this goes. I mean, an opponent can also have a bajillion removal too. But they may not. They might just go get a forest here. They didn't, however. They went and got a mountain. You know, the weird part is, I don't even know if I want to land next turn. Like, if we're better benefited playing an ManaPool call over playing a sharpshooter in this situation. But we'll see. Gleaming Geralt. Don't see that too often. Okay. Well, we're in a spot, huh? Trying to figure out what they're doing to try to decide if... I think we're just going to play ManaPool call. And if they just have something that deals 3 to everything, then, like, so be it. You got me. Arguably, could have played the sharpshooter, save ManaPool call as backup, just in case. But this was definitely the more aggressive play. Alright, is my board gone? Okay, Extruder's not so bad. That's like the least of things that could have happened. Could have been a Torch the Tower, though, to go with the Extruder. Oh, if we Belladona Took, that's more damage than if we played a Sharpshooter, right? Because they deal damage once versus... I guess it's actually the same amount, but we get a card for our troubles, so sure. That'll work. Oh, and we got a Burst Lightning on top of everything else. Nice. That seems crazy. Belladona Took's kind of good in this deck, huh? You know what? Remember when this card came out and everybody was like, oh, you're going to be able to copy all your things, this, that, and the other? And I'm pretty sure when we did our overrated, underrated cards, I was like, this card's overrated. I think people are talking so much about this and nobody knows what to do with it. And to this day, there's not been a deck that's really taken advantage of this. It's like a trap card. Oh, boy. We're going to mulligan with no white mana. That hand just felt kind of scary. Oh, what do we do with this? Political Triumph seems like the card we're supposed to keep over the Sharpshooter. Mostly because, like, Sharpshooter can die, but even if we have the Political Triumph and we have a Song of Totentans, like, sometimes you can make some crazy things happen with just that. Played a Multiversal Passage as a mountain. That doesn't give us any information at all. And they're just going to play an island and pass. Huh. Interesting. What do we do here then? Like, if we think they're going to counter, I guess we just attack first. Just seeing if the opponent will commit mana. Obviously, they weren't. All right. So, if they don't have a counter, our card's at least protected. But I assume they have a counter. Oh, they didn't have one. For a second there, I thought they might kill the headliner, but... Huh. Whoa, they're doing a lot of drawing and discarding. What is this? Concerning is what it is. But beyond that, What's going on? Also, how much damage could we do next turn? If we play a Political Triumph, that makes everything +2. We could also Song for 1. Oh. Is it worth it to even do that? Because I have to assume they're playing some type of board sweeper. So let's just play Political Triumph. And just attack. We will keep an Elspeth, actually. Because we'll just get to draw that, right? That's cool. I mean, in theory, we'll get to draw it. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. If the board goes away, I think next turn we just Song for 3. Make piles of things. And then try to Elspeth after that. Ooh, not that many. 3. There we go. Oh, wow. Does opponent not have an answer to that? Whoa. Well, wasn't expecting that to happen. Okay, then. All right, let's try it. Commune with nature. Yeah, let's do this. A turn 2 Llanowar Elf. And another Commune with nature. Alright, I think we're just going to try and slow the opponent down. Well, we know there's a Hydra coming, though. That's unfortunate. Alright. We don't have many answers in hand, so we kind of have to try to deal with the Hydra. But they also probably know we're going to try to deal with the Hydra, so it's going to be an ugly situation. Yeah, the fact they didn't attack with Llanowar Elf, like, we're going to do it, but we know what the result is. Obviously. Yep, as it should be. Okay, well. This is kind of all we can do. Hydra goes to 2. Alright, cool. GG's. Oh, this is an easy mulligan. Yeah, I guess we keep it. Darn it. Couldn't find a turn 1 thing. That would have been nice. Alright. Oh, you're late to the party, man. You were supposed to show up last turn. And now Voice of Victory dies. As it should. Studious first year, sure. Oh, that's fun. Go Headliner. Voice of Victory. What else we got going on here? Rampant Growth. A removal card behind for Voice of Victory? Well, a removal card, yes. Ooh, you know what, though? I'm not going to do that. We're just going to play this as a Plains. We're going to go ahead and play War Leader's Call and attack. Mostly so we can leave up other options next turn. Man, they're ramping up, so they can play nearly anything here. Disruptive Stormbrood, that makes sense. Alright, well. We're just going to hope for the best in this scenario. Uh-oh. They're taking their own Stormbrood out. What's this about? It's going to fight something? Sacrifices half the creatures rounded up. Sacrifices have it rounded up. Yeah, alright. That's fine. Yeah, we'll keep ManaPool Call, I suppose. And just find a land. Sure. You got it, fam. I mean, we gotta draw threats. I mean, if we're not drawing anything, I mean, opponent can just take their time and do whatever they want. All right, cool. We can just concede. Actually, I say that. I don't know. I think we're dead. I know people like seeing the games play out. Okay, well, they had a strategic betrayal anyway. All right, opponent just drew infinite removal. Okay, there's a couple of things I wanted to address here. I don't think we need the green mana in this list at all anymore. I think we can just go without the alien invasions, which then changes up the mana. I'll have to figure out exactly what the count looks like here, but we can just up everything else. And then, I don't know, some number of starting towns. I don't know, how many lands is that? 21. We still need at least 3 more. I guess we could go with Verges. Actually, how much white versus red do we have? It's almost split even. But Sunbill Verge makes white. So let's just add a couple. That and that. What does that put us at? 24? All right, that's probably fine for now. Then that leaves a couple of spots. I think we can cut 1 Elspeth. I also would like to try 1 copy of the Eagles Are Coming. Is that what that is? I think. Yeah, Eagles Are Coming. So I think we could do this, which could be kind of cool. Because we do have enter the battlefield effects and stuff. So getting to return stuff that we could replay could be kind of powerful. And then we just need to select something to exile graveyards. Because right now we have nothing against the graveyard decks. And that's actually a little bit tough. Though, if we went 0 Elspeth and just tried to work off the rest of the deck, we could also squeeze in maybe like another Burst Lightning for, say, like the mono green matchups and such, which wouldn't be bad. But yeah, I don't know what my choice of card is here that I would want for the graveyard. Maybe I was just thinking, like, do we want to go something that removes the whole graveyard? You know what? I say we just go with Rest in Peace. Because we don't care about our graveyard at all. So I think that's totally fine in this scenario. And then we work with this and see what this brings. How many creatures does that leave us? So 18 plus the 3 Song of Totentans. So 21. That's a little bit light for my liking, especially if we're going to play the Eagles Are Coming. So I probably want to find a way to squeeze in another creature or 2. I just don't know where it's going to be yet. So I'll figure that out, and then we'll hop into the next set of games. Okay, we'll go first. I think generally, though, I don't know. There's a lot of things. I have a lot of things I can say about this deck when we get to the end of the video. Torch is neat, but I think we're still just going to play Voice. See what the opponent decides to do. I will take that for now. Mostly because we can try to guarantee some better plays down the road, but we'll see. All right. Let's play the Sharpshooter. I don't think Rest in Peace is going to matter a lot in this. Like, there are a couple of things those decks tend to play, but I think we want more aggressive cards. You know what? Let me just get rid of their... Whoa. Hold on. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Actually, I'm going to leave this up to them. Because they might be about to play something they don't want to die to Burst Lightning, but, you know, Voice of Victory, I mean, not Voice of Victory, but War Leader's Call could just be scarier, so. Oh, and there you go. So, little surprised they didn't get rid of the Burst Lightning here. Like, yeah, I'll discard a card. Like, that works for me. And we get to Scry, which is a song, so we'll leave that. Okay. And a Forsaken Miner. That's one of the things they can play from the graveyard. All right. Let's go for 2. Won't get that extra +1/+1, but even 2 is pretty nice. Voice of Victory, we will take. Inspiring Vantage. I don't think we need that at this stage, the way things are playing out. Well, we drew a land anyway. Deck says you're getting some mana, fool. Shut up. All right, yeah, we're just getting everything. Opponent can't block. So they're at 7. Okay, cool. All right, in a perfect world, this hand would be great, but we know that things are not perfect. So let's go ahead and play Political Triumph. We'll probably just Foundry into Victory and then Encampment, Triumph, Victory. Probably how this is going to go. Oh, we do like that card. I will say, though, man, some of these Dwarf equipment decks can really get after it. In a way, I almost want them to play some of the equipment that just gets rid of our creep. Oh, you're going to Requisition Raid. All right, can't say I blame them. I'm also a fan of that card. Let's try again. Political Triumph. And then that should set us up. Oh, okay. I was going to say for a pretty good turn next turn. We're definitely leaving the song on top, though. All right, let's see what the opponent's got going on. Oh, are we about to lose our board? If so, it's a good thing we're setting up a Song of Totentan situation. Yep. So they're playing all that with the Dwarves and playing Day of Judgment. Sure. Let's go ahead and put this on red, I guess? Enduring Innocence. Wow. All right. At no point did I accurately know which way this game was going. Sharpshooter? Sure. We'll just play it. Could also just be another Day of Judgment. People love playing their sweepers, man, on the ladder. Vanishing Light, sure. Oh, opponent, that's not even the scariest thing to get rid of. Okay, I guess we're just going to Song of Totentans for 4. And that might just do it. No, they can still gain 2. So let's see how this works out. Because that's 8. And then we attack. They block 2, taking 8. And then they go to 1. All right. And we have another creature in hand just in case. Awesome. That was strange. I genuinely thought this was going to be some type of dwarf artifact, whatever thing, but This might have just been in here because it's a first striking attacker that could do some stuff. It may not have had anything to do with artifacts at all. Ugh, this doesn't even feel great, but we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it just the same. Feels like there's a lot riding on this Voice of Victory surviving. Vibrant Cityscape. I don't even remember that card. Well, opponent went and got a swamp. I'm going to assume we don't get to hold on to Voice of Victory, but, you know, is what it is. Oh, it's a TAM. Hold up, then. Let's go ahead and play War Leader's Call and attack. And I guess if something happens to Voice of Victory, we just Political Triumph and then Song? Super Shredder. Oh, we're definitely just going to try to put things away then. We're not going to be goofing around with Super Shredder. Alright. This is going to be a lot of damage. And then we get Song for 2. So that's going to deal 2. Opponent's at 10. We're going to deal 2 more when they attack. They're going to be at 8. And then there's also going to be a pile of 3-power creatures. Yep, that's going to do it. Okay, let's try it. Let's play... You know what? I was going to leave mana up to remove something, but we're just not going to be overly conservative here. All right, well, we got lucky because we wouldn't have got to remove anything anyway. Yeah, sure, I'll take a War Leader's Call. Please don't kill my Sharpshooter. Farm animals. Damn it. Now I have to waste this. If I don't, that gets to destroy our War Leader's Call. That's tough. It's always fun when random cards cause so many problems for you. You're like, I don't want to waste these cards, but if I don't, then we just suck, you know. Okay. Origin of Avengers. You have to put a hero in your hand, from your hand next turn. All right, fair enough. They bottom both cards, though. Okay, oh yeah, this is one of the random cards I put in there, and we were talking about that earlier. So I was like, what other cards make sense in here? So I was like, that works fine. I do not necessarily want that. Wow, a lot of lands. But what I think about why I like it is if it dies, we also produce another token, which likely deals some amount of damage and blah, blah, blah. So, good things happening there. Now, downside is, sweep the board, we end up with a 2/2 bat, because it'll trigger our Political Triumph, but, you know. Daredevil, Man Without Fear. Sure. They're going to attack. We see if there's a hero first. Oh, they chose not to do anything. Huh. Huh. I was thinking I might block, but then I also don't want to trigger my Political Triumph here, so I'm just going to... No blocks. Well, that didn't really work. I was hoping there'd be something else better, but that did not materialize. So, we're just going to attack. This is a do-what-you-will kind of situation. Alright, that seems fine. And I might as well just off Daredevil, right? Lightning Helix is good, but at this point, we just want more things that are generating tokens. Like you, for example. Though I don't know if the opponent's going to play sweepers or not. So I'd rather just take a chance to have something after the fact. We survived the hard part. Okay, well, that's all we had to do, I guess. I was genuinely thinking if they had a sweeper, then we just play War Leader's Call, play Headliner, deal 3, and then we just see where things go after that. But yeah, weird. I guess that was just enough. Bunch of 3-power creatures. Let's keep it. Man, where did this pack come from? This big, crazy green frog blobby thing with an arm hanging out of its face. Studious first year. Okay. Well, so far, not off to a great start. We were on the draw and found no additional creatures in our opener. And we still continue to find no creatures. We'll just pass. Was that an island? Okay, well, that's a thing. All right, we'll get rid of your one creature, I guess. And play a lonely Animpacall on turn 3. I mean, I'll keep the Eagles Coming just because we put it there, you know, like to draw it, but they have 5 mana. I mean, the gates are open to do all kinds of things. The Gold Vein Hydra. Well, that's pretty bad for us. We have 0 answers to a Gold Vein Hydra. So, can we even win? Is the question. Is there a way? Alright, no attacks. If we get a land, there is a world where... Oh, and there's a doubling season. Alright, sure, man. Like, we just weren't gonna win this one. Yeah, too late on that card, unfortunately. Because I was thinking we could possibly pick up a card. I mean, I say that. Oh no, because they'll be able to double their counters next turn, too. Yeah, that's tough. The thing we attack, we trigger those. God, so many land were on top, too. Another War Leader's Call, but that doesn't help us, really, in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I mean, we could... Eagles are coming. Deal some damage. Trigger one of our things. Sharpshooter will not get us where we need to go. Voice of Victory, maybe. If we're even alive. The problem is we have to block with everything. Oh, there's an Ouroboros, sure. Like... Actually, we don't have to block with everything. We can block with just our 6/6 bird. Yeah, we're still going to be short, though. Darn it. Go to 1, but yeah, we're just not going to get there. Ooh, Song of Totentans. Does that make a difference? We make 3 tokens, deal 3 damage. Nah, still not going to get there. Yeah, it's close, but not quite enough. We at least made it look good, though. But only 9's going to get through here. Yeah. Yeah, if we could have been a turn faster, maybe. Actually, no, 11 gets through. Oh, no, because they're +2, not +1. That is enough to get there. Oh, sick. What? That's wild. Crazy. I'm genuinely dumbfounded right now. I don't know how we won that game. Like, Gold Vein Hydra is one of the worst cards for us. On top of it getting bigger every turn, We didn't even play our second creature till turn 5. And we won because of the stupid Eagles are coming, making a 6/6. Magic's wild sometimes, y'all. Ooh, this one's going to be a bit more difficult. We'll still keep it. I say a bit more difficult. I don't know how it can be more difficult than what we were just doing, but man, this is crazy. Oh, and they took the Helix of all cards. That's oddly concerning. All right. I mean, I'm assuming they have removal from the black on the Undercity whatever, so... Oh, it's a Furtic core. Got it. I'm not sure why they were worried about taking the Helix, because Helix doesn't seem great against a Furtic core deck, but stranger things have happened, I suppose. I mean, are we supposed to just, like, Song of Totentans next turn? I was hoping that was a land. Because triple Song would have been good here. Double Song doesn't feel so good. But I guess we still do it. So, I mean, our hand's not doing anything else, unfortunately. This is just one where we didn't draw land, so, I mean... When the opponent sweeps the board next turn, we just kind of have to eat it. And if they don't, I guess it's a miracle, but I don't know. They could also just make a demon that blocks. I mean, I'm assuming it's just like deadly cover-up or something, right? No, another Annex. Ugh. Good and bad. They go to 14. I mean, I mean, is the play just attack and then return our sharpshooter? That feels kind of gross. See, here's what's cool, though. If we'd had a land, we could attack, bounce everything, then deal an additional 3. That would be kind of dope. But we did not have it. So in the turn, because I assume if they found Deadly Cover-Up, they'll just play that here. And then they can't make the demon also. All right, so it is a Deadly Cover-Up. All right. I mean, this is kind of wild. Like, I mean, who knew the Eagles are coming might actually be the card to play here? Get rid of the other Eagles is coming, obviously. They're still going to go to 12. We'll put them down to 11. Starting town. I mean, I need it. I just don't like it. Being the opponent. No, don't really want to burst lightning. That sadly doesn't do enough. All right. I mean, it's another deadly cover-up, like, so be it. Like, it took us so long. Look at our opponent. We missed so many land drops. We've literally played, I think, one spell a turn, which is not how you're going to win in this matchup. Yep, here comes... Oh, a Necropsy. That's actually significantly worse for us. On top of the fact that they could still make a demon. Yep, and they drew a third one. Okay, well. I don't think we can win now. I'm willing to just go ahead and concede this. Alright. Yeah, opponent drew everything they needed and redrew nothing. You know, I just realized, I called this Queen of Politics, but then that's kind of confusing because it almost seems like it's like the other queen that's in the set, so that's weird. Belladona Politics is what this should be called. But here's the thing I want to do. while I do like having some life gain from the Helix, we do get a little bit of life gain from Belladona Took. But I kind of want to play a couple of hard removal spells and some stuff to deal with artifacts and enchantments. But that puts us in a little bit of a weird spot, right? Because we end up having to play some combination of either Seam Rip, Get Lost, or the one that like exiles creatures for or greater and artifacts and enchantments, right? Those are all pretty solid cards. Now we could go with Requisition Raid, which gives us some flexibility and pumps up all of our creatures, which I don't hate. I think we could do a couple of those, but this still doesn't solve our issue of dealing with opposing creatures, so I don't really love that option. Like, one Requisition Raid, I think we can live with, but even the Burst Lightnings, there's a lot of spots where just like, man, if this is just... Yeah, I don't even know if we could play Requisition Rage, honestly. I think we just have to go Exile, Enchantment, whatever that thing is. I spelled that wrong. Enchantment, Artifact. I don't know why I forget the name of this card. Exercise. Like a couple of those. Oh, I should remember because it came from the set with the crazy house, Dustmourn. And then probably some combination of Get Lost, maybe 2, and 1 Seam Rip. Because really, the other aggro creature decks are just going to be too hard to deal with. And you got to have something. You know, you got to have a way to get out of trouble with those. But this is probably closer to what I would put up for the final version. It actually performed pretty well. It's a little bit creature light for my liking with only 19 creatures, but we do have Song of Totentams, which makes it like 22 creatures. Several of our creatures make extra tokens. So I might adjust the numbers a little bit, and maybe we play like 1 less Political Triumph, or we play 1 less War Leader's Call, something like that, so we can squeeze in another body that I think could be very important. But overall, it was solid. I'm not going to give it like, you know, it wasn't gangbusters. We were a couple of games over 500, but the changes made a big difference. And I do like playing the Eagles Are Coming in this list. We didn't get to see it enough, but a couple of times we did play it, gave me that reassurance of like, oh, this card could be really good, right? Especially think about it if we're playing against Jeskai Revelation and we could pick up like 5 or 6 tokens and then they become a bunch of birds. Or your opponent goes to Deadly Cover-Up and you like pick up 3 things and then on your turn have 4 birds or 3 birds. And they also trigger your War Leader's Call or something. So like, there's some options. There's some ways this could go very cool. So we'll see. But this list will be up over on Moxfield. Like always, you don't know what to do. Go download it. Check out the other deck list. Have some fun with it. But also don't forget, go check out ManaPool. If you haven't done that yet, go get your free $5. Links in the description or in the pinned comment. Go check out the site. If you like ordering from that other site, you're probably going to enjoy them too. So that's all I have for now. We'll see you next time.